Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. The tension in Port Charles is escalating, and October 8th marks a pivotal moment. Carly confronts Elizabeth, even as Jocelyn's world collides with Brennan's. Every whispered secret, every hidden motive, every tremor of betrayal is squeezing the life out of relationships. Today, we dive deep into those confrontations, the emotional reckonings, and what might lie ahead. When Carly corners Elizabeth, the air crackles. This is not a casual visit. Carly storms in with determination, heart pounding, voice taut, ready to demand answers and stake her claim. Elizabeth, caught off guard, rises to meet Carly, but she can't mask her unease. She senses this is about more than rumors. Something has finally tipped the balance. Carly's opening line feels like a challenge. "You've been hiding something from me, Liz. I want the truth now." Elizabeth braces, strings of worry flickering in her eyes, caught between loyalty and fear. She knows Carly's not bluffing. As Carly presses, she steps in closer, lowering her voice, intensifying the pressure. "Don't dodge me. I deserve to know." Elizabeth's pulse quickens. She falters, glancing away, trying to bide just a moment. But Carly moves in, demanding confession. The walls seem to close in on Elizabeth. We can imagine the two women locked in that standoff. Carly's upright posture, arms tight at her sides, eyes blazing. Elizabeth's soft features hardened with resolve, yet trembling. Carly's not letting up. She's ready to push every boundary, to dig until something cracks. Suddenly, Elizabeth meets her gaze. She takes a breath. She begins. She stammers, "Carly, there's more I've been keeping to myself than I ever intended." Carly's sharp, "Start talking." Elizabeth gathers strength. "It involves Joss. It involves Brennan. And I fear the consequences if it comes out." Carly's face shifts. The shock ripples across her features. Her eyes narrow. "You've been keeping tabs on Joss and Brennan behind my back," she demands. Elizabeth's voice cracks. "I was trying to protect you, protect all of us. But I could see things shifting, dangers forming." Carly punches the air, steps back, massaging her jaw. "You think protecting me justifies lying to me? To all of us?" Elizabeth considers that. She's torn. She's about to respond when Carly interrupts, her tone a mixture of grief, disbelief, anger. "You betrayed me. You betrayed Joss. You betrayed your own conscience." At that moment, the door behind Elizabeth creaks, and Carly swivels, senses something. But it's already too late. The confrontation hangs in the room like a guillotine's blade. Meanwhile, in another chamber of Port Charles, a storm of emotion rages between Jocelyn and Brennan. Joss steps into the room, floodlights of guilt and desperation in her eyes. Brennan meets her across the distance, arms crossed. Their silent standoff carries as much weight as any verbal confrontation. Joss clears her throat, and her words are brittle. "We need to talk. Now." Brennan's jaw clenches. He nods curtly, motioning her closer. She approaches, hesitant, tension crackling with every step. He begins. "You've been keeping secrets from me, Joss. Deep secrets." His voice low, controlled, but forceful. Joss swallows. She fights for composure. "I know. I didn't want to hurt you. But things got out of hand." The lies cascaded. Brennan's eyes flash. "Which lies, Joss? The ones about your mission? Your choices? Your trust?" Joss retreats slightly. She forces the confession. "When I was away, things changed. I had to make decisions on my own. I couldn't risk you getting dragged in. But I never meant to shut you out." Brennan's face betrays pain. He answers quietly. "That's what hurts the most, feeling shut out by the one I thought would always bring me in." His voice tightens. "I've believed in you. I still do. But that belief doesn't mean I'll accept being in the dark." Joss's heart pounds. She inserts a quiet plea. "I'm sorry. I will tell you everything. But promise me you'll listen first." Brennan's gaze softens. Just a moment. They remember their bond. But he draws in and states plainly, "I will. But you must trust me enough to let me in. No more walls. No more secrets. Her eyes brim with tears. She nods. The 2 inch closer, each inch weighed with fear and longing. They are on the verge of reconnection, torn between the past and what might yet be. Back in the confrontation between Carly and Elizabeth, the door's click interrupts. Elizabeth freezes. Carly's eyes dart. Elizabeth whispers, "They're going to hear this." Carly's lips curl. "Let them hear." She squares her shoulders. The confrontation will not be silenced. Elizabeth steels herself and lashes back. "Maybe you should know everything so that you can decide whether to stand with me or walk away." Carly's throat clenches. Her voice is raw. "You don't get to make decide an option. Because I'm not walking away from my family. Not from Joss. Not from you." She steps forward again. "Tell me now. Don't make me claw this out of you." Elizabeth stares at her, breath held, then exhales. She opens her mouth and stops. Carly reaches out and grips Elizabeth's arm. Elizabeth flinches, but doesn't pull away. At that instant, the door behind them bursts open. Footsteps echo. Both women whirl. Other figures may enter. Shock, betrayal, revelation will follow. The room becomes a crucible. In parallel, Joss and Brennan are mid-discussion of confession and reconciliation. 1 foot in trust, 1 foot in fear. Joss's voice trembles. "When you see what I did, what I had to do, you may not forgive me." Brennan leans forward, voice low. "I may or may not. But I'll hear it. Because we can't rebuild on lies." Joss closes her eyes. She nods. She steps forward, opens her mouth, but horror flickers across her face, evidence of sabotage, betrayal in the shadows. Something she didn't expect emerges. Suddenly, a voice from behind. "You two look comfortable." It's Carly. She's stepped into their space. Joss and Brennan spin. Shock, guilt, fear, rage. Carly's face is a mask of betrayal. She says, "You lied to me. You lied to all of us." Brennan opens his mouth, but Carly cuts in. "Don't. Just don't speak unless you're offering real truth." Joss stumbles forward. "Carly, please." But Carly holds up a hand. "Save it. I've heard enough half-truths." She turns toward Joss. "How long have you been hiding this?" Joss's eyes dart to Brennan. She shakes her head. Brennan steps between them. "Carly, let's talk this through." Carly's voice falters with grief. "There is nothing left to discuss. Or maybe there is, all of it, now or nothing. Your secrets, your missions, your lies. Choose." She storms out, leaving Joss and Brennan in the wreckage. Joss stands frozen. Brennan's hands tremble. The room feels hollow. Joss looks up, voice broken. "She doesn't have to forgive me." Brennan closes his eyes. "I'll fight for us, if you'll let me in." Meanwhile, Elizabeth, still trapped in her confrontation with Carly, steps closer to the heart of what she's withholding. She starts to speak again, softer now but urgent. "Joss was pulled into something larger than both of us. Brennan knows bits of it. But the full picture, you wouldn't believe how far it goes." Carly's jaw clamps tight. "Try me." Elizabeth swallows. "It has to do with agents, covert work, hidden debts, things that could ruin lives." Carly's tone softens just slightly. "Why didn't you tell me?" Elizabeth's eyes glisten. "I was afraid. Afraid what you'd think, afraid for Joss. Afraid for everyone." Carly's shoulders slump. She breathes. "We could have faced it together. You shut me out." She turns abruptly, steps away. Elizabeth releases a breath she didn't know she was holding. At that moment, other voices flood the door. Michael, maybe, or another family member, drawn in by the confrontation. Carly turns. Elizabeth braces. The outer world invades their private struggle. Carly at last lowers her voice. "We'll have a lot to sort through. But I'm not abandoning you, either of you." She pauses, then, "But from here on out, I want truth. All of it." She turns and exits the room. Elizabeth sinks onto a nearby chair, trembling. In Joss and Brennan's sphere, the echo of betrayal lingers. Brennan gently raises his hand toward Joss. She shrinks back, but does not flee. He says quietly, "I don't know how we put this back together. But I'm willing." She meets his eyes, tears brimming. "I want that too, but I'm scared." He nods. Then start by telling me everything. No lies. She reaches toward him. He closes the space between them. The day ends with fractures and tentative hope. Carly has unleashed a reckoning. Elizabeth's secrets are laid bare, her loyalties torn. Joss and Brennan steer through the wreckage toward honesty. Nothing will ever be the same. Tomorrow, the question will be, who stands by whom? What alliances hold, and which unravel? The echoes of these confrontations will reverberate through every relationship in Port Charles. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.